Hey everybody, we're back. It's Rewind and Reload. It's your favorite whenever we release these periodically because things happen, baby.
We're in the building. That's all that matters.
Join Pikachu, Ash, and the gang. The Mandalorian is great in the new series, and let's check out what's new in the world of pop culture with your hosts John, Tim, and Quentin, and a podcast we call Rewind
and Reload.
Yeah, we're still here. We're still grinding. We're still hustling.
Got a fucking cat with us today.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Check her out. She's chilling.
We got to
Hell
take
yeah.
creative breaks. We got to think about, what we want to do, what we want to say.
We gotta take breaks
I feel like
for
whenever we
other
take a
things that
break
start
like
with
this-
C that I can't say on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like every
got
time we
the,
do take a break,
I got the
though, we come
cocoa,
back and we
so-
come back.
Not that Coco shit.
Oh, God.
This is not an admission of guilt. This is an admission of sickness.
I think it's still, I don't know. If you have cocoa, you better be sharing with us, bud.
Yeah, I don't have money for that actually, so
I don't know if any of us. Maybe all of us
I don't-
together can get one.
I don't
of
have
us.
that 80s lifestyle money to go on
Just you boys wait. Once my fucking stocks go up through the roof.
once
my stocks go through the roof, dude.
What the fuck are those?
We're gonna be living big, boys.
What are those?
Fusion deployments.
And how much are they worth right now?
Like $3.
And
They
how
were
much
all
are you-
under
Oh.
a dollar when I bought them.
Okay, all right. Well, you've already gone. Yeah, are you gonna hold like Wall Street Bets says, or are you gonna?
I don't know. We'll see.
You're gonna.
I think we're
Is there
probably
is there
nearing our
a
max.
is
We're
there a
probably nearing
Yugi
our
is there a
max.
Yugi is there a Yugi Bets thing? I feel like that's something that-
Unfortunately, yes.
I was gonna say I feel like that's something the community would do.
Yeah, no, that definitely exists. There's people who like treat it like the fucking stock market.
I've been really into the idea of Magic the Gathering again, so I've been like seeing videos where it's like there's one guy in particular who does like are these card real videos, and like people will send him stuff, and one person was freaking out because they spent a lot of money on original dual lands, which are worth like a lot of money a piece, and they were like, are these fake? And the guy was like, no, they were all real. Like, but it was like they were all, a couple of them were like super mint, almost like damn near mint, and that was like fishy, but it was like
okay.
everything else looks fine.
So are they like reserved list things where like they're not allowed to be reprinted?
Actually, I don't think dual lands can be reprinted. You might be right, but I also watched a video on how the reserve list is a crock of shit. So,
Oh yeah. So the reserved list kind of like skirts around the weird like laws of gambling and
Yep.
card packs because like we don't like the card manufacturers don't assign value to the individual pieces of cardboard, but since Wizards of the Coast is saying we won't ever reprint these cards, they are assigning value
yes,
to the pieces of cardboard. So it's like be interesting to see if like the anti-gambling stuff that like goes into video games could like ever, I don't know, be used on trading cards.
well,
and
I watched
shit
a
like that.
video, a breakdown video of it being like that was like, even if they reprinted cards from the reserve list, the original printing price won't go down because those are the collectibles.
Exactly. But hey,
But
whatever.
yeah, we're not even going to talk too much about actual TCG, but we'll talk. We'll just talk about your guys' weeks if you want, your fun stuff, your fun news. Yeah.
Solidified my place as
In Simpson trash hell.
Guy who likes Simpsons a little too much, and I got a Bart tattoo for the 15th anniversary of the Simpsons movie.
All right.
It's really fucked up that it's that old.
Yeah, I got a copy somewhere down there.
I like still distinctly remember seeing it in theaters at like 11 years old. Like, what the fuck?
Seeing Bart's wiener.
Yeah, dude, I remember being like, am I allowed to see this?
I actually got to watch me and the tattoo artist watched the movie while doing the tattoo as well. It was a good time.
I saw that they were playing it while they were doing the flash sale stuff.
Yeah. It was sick. But yeah, no, that was my fun and exciting thing I can bring to the table. Other than that, I've just kind of like been vibing. You know, I get off work and I sit in this chair like this, and I sit here like this until the sun goes down.
Doing the T-pose challenge.
It's not even a challenge anymore. It's just
photosynthesizing.
You know? Yeah. Essentially.
I'm gonna judge by your face that you do not have news, John.
No, not really.
Okay.
We're getting ready for vacation and stuff, so if you want to hear about me running around trying to get a bunch of stuff finished up before we do that, just let me know.
Yeah.
It's very boring.
Where are you going? What's that all about?
Going to Florida.
Going to the land of
Florida,
conservatism and retirees.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm going to be a crazy Florida man. I'm going to fight an alligator, take a bunch of bath salts.
I listened to a podcast about Steve Irwin today. I'll send it to you, and that way you'll learn how to fight alligators.
No, I
follow his son on TikTok.
If I survive, I'll listen to it.
All right, I respect it.
I also don't think I have, other than getting the sickness. I got down with the sickness. You might say. Yeah, but it was pretty mild. I mean, I was fully vaxxed, so whatever. It was just like a bad head cold that then turned into a mild head cold in like 2 days. So this isn't the mini-sode, so we don't talk about anything else. This week I kind of alluded to it, and no, we're not talking about Magic the Gathering. We're talking about, John, would you even know what we were talking about if we were talking about Magic the Gathering? Is that
I barely know what we're talking about. I barely know what we're talking about right now. So
for the audio listeners, Quentin is currently holding up a highly collectible Yu-Gi-Oh beach towel.
Can I take
that? I'm sure is.
Fuck no.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about the smash hit multimedia giant that is the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. Because holy shit, I'll talk about just how many sales this franchise has made in cardboard alone. It was a huge part of, I'm pretty sure, all of our childhoods, even if we really didn't know how to play the game at the time, like me, and just kind of made up our own rules. I
remember doing the same shit. Like, I'm gonna activate polymerization, and I'm just gonna use 2 random cards and make up my own card that these two turned into.
I used to not know what the concept of an extra deck was, so I would just have like the fucking fusion cards in deck.
Well, to be fair,
that's how I played too.
They weren't very straightforward about that in the show, you know, and that's how everybody learned how to play.
Yeah, that's
exactly what I was gonna say.
I knew how to play.
Like, shit was just the show just made up its own rules. But for multiple anime series, the video games, the movies, the manga, and even the hugely popular trading card game, it's undeniable that the late Kazuo Kazuki Takahashi's seminal work has been hugely influential on the pop culture as we know it. And I'll talk about why. So, first things first, we're going to talk about the manga a little bit because that obviously came first. Also, I don't know, I'm just going to be upfront. I don't know how long this episode's going to be because if I run through this quick, my voice may go out. So, we'll see. Takahashi originally envisioned Yu-Gi-Oh! As a horror manga in the early planning stages.
Wasn't it like not even just horror, but like Yugi was like a serial killer, essentially?
Yeah, it was a serial killer who killed people based around games. So, like,
So like
Jigsaw, but 20 years earlier.
Yeah.
Not 20 years, but like 10, 15. The end result became a story about games, but there's definitely some horror aspects in the original manga. The story evolved into a, quote, battle manga, but since that was kind of an oversaturated market at the time, Takahashi wanted to do something that would stand out, so he decided to write a story where fighting was the theme, but the main character doesn't actually hit anyone. Something he kind of struggled to like make a proof of concept of.
I love how, okay, so like he's like, I want to do this, but like I don't want the main character to actually hit anybody. But then if you read like the original manga, like Yugi is like fucking setting people on fire and like making them like fall off of roofs and like killing everybody he comes in contact.
There's definitely
all the bad people.
There's definitely a part where
guys
pacifism in his life or something and change.
So there's two. We'll talk about what happened. We'll talk about what happened. Then he came to the word game, and everything kind of fell into place. A story about a character battling people through games. And Takahashi drew inspiration from a lot of games he played as a child and as an adult. He also said he based the character of Yugi on the idea of a weak, childish kid who turned into a hero when he played games, and an idea he thought would resonate with a lot with the younger audience.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that fits quite a lot.
Yeah, because I feel like he's very, very much a child.
Oh, yeah.
Like you would have been.
Oh,
when you
yes.
Watched it or read it, and then when he turned into a, cool guy with his coat over his shoulder playing card games, you're like, fuck yeah.
Duel Monsters, the game that would commonly equate with the brand, was not originally the focus of the overall story of Yu-Gi-Oh! Takahashi said in interviews that he never intended for it to make more than a couple. Oh no, I didn't skip anything. Didn't intend for it to make any more than a couple of appearances. When he saw how well it was liked by readers, though, Takahashi rebranded the entire story to focus solely on the card game. Takahashi had stated that the positive message of the series is that everyone has a, quote, strong inner part hidden within themselves, and when they find themselves in hardship, that, quote, hidden part can emerge if one believes themselves and their friends. He stated this was a pretty consistent theme throughout the franchise, which, yeah.
In every anime ever.
Yeah. It's the power of friendship, baby.
You just gotta believe in yourself and believe in your friends.
Dog, episode 1, they had the whole thing where they drew the smiley face all over their hands. It was friendship and the power of friendship. Oh. Good shit. Good shit.
This is pretty well known, but I thought I'd mention it because the actual story is interesting. The manga is vastly different from the anime, mainly in that the manga has a lot of violence and gore in it, even in the English releases that were made by Viz Media. The editor for the English version, Jason Thompson, said that this is because the core of the fan base was believed to be, quote, 8-year-old boys and some fangirls. The hardcore anime and manga audience, the people who spoke Japanese and ran fan scanlation sites and posted on message boards, were thought to have considered the series, quote, too mainstream to bother with, giving Thompson a surprising amount of leeway with his translations. The result is that the manga is more or less completely the same as its Japanese counterpart, with the character death and violence pretty rampant. In an interview about this, Takahashi once jokingly said, quote, "The story is quite violent, isn't it?" Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, there's that pretty infamous one from, like, what is it? Is it Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, where, like, the kid comes home and finds his dad dead? But in the, like...
Oh, yeah.
In the anime, it's just, like, a fucking... There's nothing on the floor, so, like, there's no impact whatsoever.
Yeah, the anime, I thought it just, like, showed him like he was, like, kidnapped or taken or something like that's what they were alluding to.
I guess the other big one people might know is that the Kaiba Corp guards in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series ran around with guns in the manga, but in the anime they had, like, walkie-talkies that they would hold like this.
Yeah, no, even in the original Japanese, that's funny. Even in the Japanese cartoon, they had guns.
Yeah, so, like, 4Kids censored that. Well, 4Kids obviously owned the release rights, so they probably censored that a lot, like they did One Piece with the fucking shoe gun. The 4Kids. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, the 4Kids dub, the one I'm sure we're all familiar with, had quite a lot of censorship, though. The big example being that any mention of death or violence was replaced with, quote, being sent to the Shadow Realm. So,
I love how that became, like, the big, like, thing of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, so I like, on my debit card, I have, like, a sticker that makes it look like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card or whatever. And, like, I bought something from the smoke shop the other day, and as I'm leaving, he's like, good, stay out of the Shadow Realm. Haha. Yup.
I feel like that's the biggest thing. I feel like that's, like, the biggest memed thing out of it.
Yeah, and it, like, wasn't even supposed to be in the show, you know? Like, that was just, like, how they got around censors.
I also feel like it's not, like, that big of a part of the original show. Like, I don't know. At one point... Dude. Huh?
The first season, yeah, dude. The Shadow Realm was a big deal.
I don't remember it being that big of a deal. But it's been a while since I watched.
Just gonna go ahead and apologize if there was a buzz in my audio because I just noticed it. I'll try and edit it out before I send this to John, though. No, I just noticed on my waveform because, like, the fucking center line was, like, thick as shit, and I was like, that's not supposed to be like that.
I can do some noise reduction. It's fine.
Yeah, I can just do it. It'll take 2 seconds. I can do it
or
first.
Our listeners can just deal with it.
Yeah.
It's
now that we've talked a little bit about some initial production facts I found interesting, I think I'll dive into a little bit about each of the series. I'm not going to do a ton on each one, but maybe we'll have some back and forth. And maybe at the end, if this runs short, we'll talk about the card game a little bit, but we'll see.
Teach you guys how to go full combo with E-Telly.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Rongo Miniad and how it shouldn't be banned in TCG either. Just a not broken card that should be brought back, please. The original... Wait, did I make it clear that there's an original manga series, and then there's the manga series about the card game? Did I make that clear? Yeah. Because those are two separate entities.
You did not.
Yeah.
I don't think you did, no.
I guess
so the original one is like the season 0.
Yeah, it's like the... Yeah, basically.
I guess I kind of just assumed.
I remember... So, fun little side tangent that can soak up some time as well. I remember when I was a kid, I was, like, super into Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously. And then we were at Barnes & Noble or maybe Walmart for something. And, like, I found one of the volumes, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. I want a book about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I didn't understand the concept of manga at the time. And or, like, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Comic. And then, like, I got my mom to buy it for me. Didn't know how to read it, because I did not understand the concept of manga. But then all I do remember is that I found on the back that there was a little T for teen thing on it, and I was like, oh, fuck. So I, like, scribbled that out with Sharpie, so, like, my mom couldn't prove that I wasn't supposed to have it.
Did you at least, like...
I remember which one it was.
Was it one of the ones that had a promo card, or no?
No, it wasn't one of those. It was,
unfortunate.
It was one of the season 0 ones. because
okay.
I distinctly remember like flipping through it and being like, why the fuck are they doing like playing something off the side of a skyscraper, and then like the danger was them like falling through a glass panel or something.
Yeah.
Sounds like some Fear Factor shit.
Essentially.
Just no wires.
I think they actually kind of reference that in like the regular cartoon as well, like the Duel Monsters one, but I could be wrong.
Fear Factor or the original?
The original like skyscraper scene.
There's also I don't think I talked. Oh wait, no, I do. Okay, so the original 1998 Yu-Gi-Oh anime series was. Oh right, I forgot about this. I'm gonna go back. Because there's 11 series with a total of 1,120 episodes so far.
It's a lot of yugs.
That's a lot of yugs.
Not to mention all the movies.
Yeah, I didn't put anything in about the movies. There's like 2 or 3 of them, right? I think, but
the Pyramid of Light one, the Bonds Beyond Time, and Duelists from the Different Dimensions or something like that.
Yeah.
Gotta step up the game. They gotta compete with Dragon. Come on.
Nah, Bonds Beyond Time is the only good one.
So there's the original 1998 Yu-Gi-Oh anime series, which was the adaptation of the pre-Duel Monster story. So all the really crazy shit that Yugi and his friends got up to, like Russian roulette, laser tag with special forces members, golf, capsule monsters chess, and a tabletop role-playing game called Monster World.
If I'm not mistaken, the Russian roulette one was literally like the first game in the series. Like that was how they opened it up.
That's probably true. I didn't really look into it. I remember reading it, but I don't remember.
I read all of it. I read it all in high school, which was like a pretty long time ago.
I read the overview when I was doing this, but I didn't write down I didn't go into episode 1. I remember there's also like a thing with I don't remember her original Japanese name, but we know her as Taya, where she's like has a beauty contest with one of the teachers or some shit, and it's like I don't remember. I just remember being weird and sticking out. There's like a couple like common elements between them, like Bakura still shows up, Joey still has like or the character who, what is his name, like whatever his Japanese name is, because it's like Joe something.
Josuke.
He still has a sick sister. Yugi and Yami Yugi are still a thing. I don't remember if Yami Yugi is still like a fucking dead pharaoh, or if it's just like Yugi's alter ego that he turns into when he plays games, like I was talking about earlier. I don't fucking remember. But yeah, I just remember there's like some fucking wild shit in that. In 1999, only 1 year later, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, the story we're all familiar with. Our protagonist, Yugi Moto, fights using a card game to save his grandpa's souls from his rival, Seto Kaiba, the young CEO of a multinational conglomerate. He's also possessed by the spirit of a long-dead Egyptian pharaoh who takes over his body to become Yami Yugi. This shit's real silly, but it's kind of still interesting to watch.
I just remember getting a giant trench coat like Kaiba. I wanted to be like him. I had his deck. Got a nice big trench coat from Goodwill.
Sounds right.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome. I was a cool kid. I just gotta say.
Yeah, bro. Between that and the t-shirt that you cut the sleeves off of to be like Trunks.
Well, yeah.
Then in 2004, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the story of Jaden Yuki, a student at Duel Academy, a school built by Seto Kaiba, where all the students contend to be the next Duel King. There's also some weird shit in this one about ancient entities that have somehow become connected to the card game. I don't
want to go to Duel Academy, bro. Just an island. My favorite storyline from that series though, GX, was definitely the one where the kid who like escapes from school and gets like lost in the woods and then like becomes this Tarzan motherfucker.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but he's still like fully competent enough to play Yu-Gi-Oh and like ends up dueling Jaden, but still somehow like has a deck and like has cards even though he's been living out in the woods for however many years.
I mean, if Barrows were playing it,
they were playing it with like stone tablets though.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
This was a child living in the woods.
Yeah, and he just kept his deck.
Yeah, but like...
became more primal. Our primal nature is to play card games.
Play card games. Yeah, that's what Yu-Gi-Oh would have us believe, honestly. Like, dead ass.
It makes sense to me.
Like, I'm pretty sure there is, like, a thing about, like, even ancient man played games. And it's like, okay. And even, as we'll see in a minute, even future man and post-apocalyptic man will play card games. Also in the same universe we have 2008's Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds. 5Ds, I'll just get it out of the way. 5D's nuts.
5D.
Future story, a far future story about duelists playing games on motorcycles called Duel Runners.
Oh my god, I didn't know about this.
So, okay, so this one gets memed on a lot. Like, there's been this running joke in the thing since fucking 2008. Like, card games on motorcycles. I think this series is really good. I thought 5D's, the anime, was fucking fantastic, actually.
This is where I checked out.
Really good story.
This is about where I stopped.
It has probably my favorite storyline out of any of all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! But then like GX is pretty good too, but I don't know.
Okay.
The whole thing with like, cause like this one, like the 5D is the 5 dragons, so they had to like get all the dragon cards and shit, and then they had to fight all the ancient. Once again, the antagonists were literally the ancient immortals or whatever. I forget what they're called.
The dragons, baby. I don't know.
No, I forget what they're called, but yeah, but it was just another ancient being type of thing that they had to fight. But that was also like set in the future, so there was like nuclear power, and that was like charging fucking like cards and shit.
There was I remember reading the plot line that like one of the like the generators from like the city that we knew in Yu-Gi-Oh like the Duel Kingdom, or not, Duel Monster season, like blew up or something, and like that's why the city was in ruins, and
the synchro monsters were like powering the generators and shit.
It was fucking goofy.
The storyline is really goofy, but like it's pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
That's fair. It only gets goofier if we're being honest. So then comes Zugio, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexel 1 and 2. Releasing in 2011, the series follows protagonist Yuna Tsukumo, who is joined by an interstellar beast known as Astral. Together they try to gather the 100 cards that make up his memory. This series is actually what led to 4Kids filing for bankruptcy after a legal battle involving their rights to air the show. Konami eventually won back the rights. So I guess we have Zexel to thank for that one.
Zexel wasn't half bad. This was the last one I watched, so I can't speak much on Arc V and past, but I thought Zexel was okay. Yugioh was really annoying, but what was his name? I thought it was Yugioh, but I could be wrong.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure the Wikipedia had Yuna, so you could be right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the main character in that one was kind of annoying, but it is what it is. It wasn't the worst, I guess. I can't tell you what the worst one was, though.
I have my thoughts, but in 2014, Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V was released. This series followed This one is Yuya.
This is okay. That's where I got confused.
Yuya Sakaki, who participates in the world of action duels. In this, enhanced solid vision systems give real substance to monsters and environments played in the game.
This is where we got fucking pendulums.
I feel like there was like times in the original series though that the monsters gained like substance enough to like hurt people though.
So you're thinking
was the whole thing
of
about
the
the second half of GX was all in like they were in like this dimension where all of the monsters were real.
I was thinking of like the hollow discs from the original one.
I guess, yeah. It's like a mixture of those two things. Like a happy medium of this can actually kill you and it's a hologram.
That's fair.
Long enough to try to make it seem like an original idea.
Yes.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains.
V-Rains.
V-Rains? Is that how it's said?
I don't know. That's what I think, but I could be
wrong. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. This is not them playing card games on trains, and I'm disappointed. I'm sure that was probably the meme when it aired. But, like, virtual trains, brains. It aired in 2017.
Virtually.
Ooh.
Like Gotham, but virtual.
Gotham, but for card games. It aired in 2017 and follows Yusaku Fujiki engaging in duels on a virtual world under his alias Playmaker. He is determined to take down an elusive ring of hackers known only as the Knights of Hanoi, which I'm assuming is based on that other game thing, the Towers of Hanoi.
So I haven't watched this one, but I have online friends who will like swear that it's like the best out of any of the Yu-Gi-Oh series to date. I can't speak on that, but from what I know, it sounds pretty cool. I can't even give you like an actual synopsis of anything. Basically, just Playmaker's a cool dude, I guess.
That's fair. In 2019, an announcement about the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Series the new series Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s was released, but due to the pandemic, the production was pushed back significantly and actually aired in 2020. This series was the first since the original 1998 series to not be animated by Studio Gallop, instead being animated by Studio Bridge. What's up?
This series is fucking ridiculous because they really indulge in Japan's love of baseball.
Fuck yeah.
And they took existing Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like for anybody who played at the release of Xyz Monsters, Utopia, they took that card, and just made a baseball player version of him. There's like all of these cards that are like pretty well known, and they just like turned them into baseball versions. I have no idea why.
Are these like...
I don't know anything about the series. I just know that this series is Yu-Gi-Oh! Baseball.
So it's just in game or in show? There's no like... They didn't ever release like all...
This is Rush Duels, I believe. Or no. That's the next series.
They should have just released... They should have...
Or not V-Rain, sorry.
Sevens.
I think Sevens follows Rush Duel format stuff.
They should have, like... I think they should have released alt arts of, like, Utopia being a baseball player.
I just want to see Dark Magician.
What's the one super heavy samurai card that has, like, the big spike bat? They could have made that into one. They could have just released a whole bunch of, like, you know, limited printing promo cards. But, it would have contaminated the market. Our Yugi bets would not have liked that one.
We would have. Yeah. It would have been awesome.
I would have loved it. Are you fucking kidding me? That's one of the cool things, I think.
Okay, no, I lied. It wasn't until I think, Rush that we got the baseball, because they the baseball cards are actual cards, but only in that specific format of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That I was saying that's the cool thing about that Magic does that Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't, is they'll just release like alt prints of like existing cards. So there's this card called Bone Gnasher, and it's a rat card that people use as a commander in commander format. But they released an alt print of it where it's like a bunch of like fucking Ratatouille looking ass rats sitting around like eating on a table of garbage, and it's so good sick. Because Bone Gnasher's effect is literally like you tap it, and you however many rat tribals you have on this field, you just double that with rat tokens. It's kind of fucked, and I kind of want to make that commander deck because it's goofy as shit. But
I love that. No, honestly, yeah, no. Magic does a lot of good shit like that.
They do a lot of cool. I feel like
collaborations.
Yeah, their collaborations and stuff. Their pricing lately, I guess, has been pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Didn't you say you wanted to get back into Magic, Tim? But
yeah, I did.
They're
because
screwed.
Exclusively, I kind of want to get in for Commander format because Commanders. The rules are run by the community, which I think is better than Wizards because Wizards is fucking stupid, even in D&D stuff. And then B, because with Commander you can just use any card you own, whereas Standard there's like a rotating like set list of cards that you can use.
What is it? 2-3 sets?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Are the only legal ones, something like that.
Sometimes they rotate them, sometimes... I don't know. I've only been looking into Commander because I've always hated the way Wizards run Standard format. But yeah, I want to get into playing Commander. I think that'd be fun. And just like collecting, because I think a lot of the art on some of the cards is really fucking cool.
You gonna get the Fortnite collaboration, dude?
Is that a real thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Magic
probably.
Fortnite collaborates with everything, dude.
Fortnite has so much money that they can afford
the next
to.
Secret Lair set coming out.
Yu-Gi-Oh's next. That's what Fortnite
They would never.
After.
Yu-Gi-Oh hasn't done a single like
collaboration ever
like that.
Hey, money speak. Money talks, man. Money talk. I'm just saying.
You know who doesn't give a shit? Konami.
You underestimate Konami.
I'm not underestimating. I'm just saying.
You underestimate our greed.
Nah, dude. It like they don't make decisions. Like they could. I don't know. I feel like they could be offered like, here's like however much money from Fortnite, but then they'll just be like, no, we don't want to. Or it could be like, hey, fix your game, and people will spend more money on it, and they'll be like, we don't want to.
They'll still buy virtual packs, dumbass. I'm not saying that to you, Quentin. This is Konami speaking. They'll still buy virtual packs, dumbass. Who cares?
Yeah.
Little fucking Jimmy with his mom's credit card will still buy gems to buy cards. Fuck off.
Oh, quality control's been bad on like physical cards lately, and like there's been a lot of miscuts. They'll still fucking buy cases. We don't care. It's fine.
Really?
Sounds
That's
like
fucked.
A great company.
I haven't heard anything about this new QC thing, but I guess we can talk about that a little after I finish this.
QC is bad. That's all I say.
This year, the newest series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, began airing on April 3rd, 2020. Note, I'm not sure there's an actual plot summary for any of these last two seasons, but it isn't on... I am sure there is an actual plot summary. But it isn't on Wikipedia, and I'm not going to go dig for the plot of a children's card game show on Japanese message boards and English cesspools that are anime message boards. Sorry, love you, but not that much. As mentioned, there's...
But we don't want to do too much work for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on /A and try and figure out, like... fucking the plot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. So
now,
if
hey,
if you want to go at your own risk,
support us on Patreon, and we can make this a job. Maybe
we will. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll do that deep dive.
Quick plug.
As mentioned, there's also as mentioned a few times now, there's also the wildly successful Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game and a myriad of video games spanning the life of the series thus far. To go into all the video games would take longer than I'm comfortable doing in an episode. Funny, I wrote this thing to take a lot longer. So I won't. Similarly, I'm not going to go into the depth of the history of the TCG because that would take hours. Quentin and I might have fun doing it, but I don't think it would be fun to listen to for anyone not into Yu-Gi-Oh!
You guys don't want to hear about the story of the first World Championships?
You guys want to hear the story about the reason that they took, some card down from 3 to 2, and how that really affected the balancing issues of the game going forward for the next 3 years?
I could give you a whole college-level essay on Max C.
Oh, God.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Max C is the dumbest staple in the game.
The bug. Level 2 Earth Insect. Discard from your hand anytime your opponent special summons you, draw a card. It's dumb.
Like dumb
to date,
good or dumb?
It's dumb.
Both.
Okay.
If you're facing a card deck that special summons, it's dumb good. If they don't,
it's worth.
You still have something to discard.
If it gets used against you, you just cry.
Yeah. To date, the manga has sold over 40 million copies. In August of 2008, TV Tokyo reported that 18 billion Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards had been sold worldwide. And by 2011, that number had risen to 25.2 billion. That was over 10 years ago.
That's insane.
I can only imagine what that number would be now.
6.
Let's just do a quick Google search since we got the time. How many Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards sold?
I'm going to try to do an extrapolation. I can see if...
Yeah, you can do your engineering, your college level extrapolations. Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Still popular? How much are Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards worth? Yu-Gi-Oh! Sets Guinness World Record with 22.6 billion cards. That's got to be an old article. Yep, 2009. All time? $35 billion worldwide. This is saying I'm blocking you. Go fuck off.
What?
No, this website's like, we see that you have ad blocker. We're not going to show you the article unless you unblock our ads. And it's like, okay, you can not.
If it grew at a steady rate from 2008 to 2011, it kept growing at that rate, it should be around 49.2 billion cards.
Yeah.
50 billion.
It definitely did not grow at that rate, though.
Yeah, there were definitely some
faster
walls.
Or slower.
So August of 2008, 18 billion. 2011, 25. So 2011 was like a high point. 2014 with the introduction, or was it 2014, 2015? It was basically 2014 to 2016. There was like a big exodus of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. A lot of people were quitting and stuff and shit. So like there was a lot.
That was
of
me.
Like, ebbs and flows of like the.
I quit in 2015 just before. Not Lynx. What's the other one? Pendulums came out.
Pendulums, yeah.
Pendulums.
Pendulums, got him. Yeah, no, that was a big consensus. I just didn't play the game because I didn't have money at the time. I think was my only excuse.
There was that too because I was in college.
We can say that it's probably around 50 billion or less.
Yeah, this is
still a lot of fucking
this article I'm seeing is estimating
cards.
35 billion, but that could be, I don't know how old this is. So.
And are they counting like the TCG and the OCG?
Worldwide it says, so I'm assuming so.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG are two separate entities.
And this isn't even counting the secondhand market. Like, the counterfeit market, where fucking... Not counterfeit, exactly, but, like, the repackaged market that's really bad in fucking every trading card game.
Yeah. Get those fucking mystery packs from Walmart.
The fucking 35 cards, mystery packs that are just fucking packaged.
Guaranteed rare card.
And so like fucking like $1
super rare
card
that's worth $0.25.
Yeah.
I'm like, sick, thanks.
Apparently there was recently a scam like that in Magic the Gathering going around, where they would package old packs behind a $1 foil card. Or maybe not $1. It was like maybe a $4 card, but it was like one that was a promo, so there was just tons of them out there. They would package old packs behind that, so you couldn't see what pack it was as a general consumer, and the packs are only worth like $2. Like, some of them were worth like $2. There was one that was worth like $5. There was one that was worth like $14 because it had good stuff in it. But like, you can't tell what it is as your cool dad that goes and buys you Magic at the fucking Target while he's shopping.
Yeah.
But like, they would sell those promo packs for like $18.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's yeah. Not a good deal.
There's some cool stuff that goes on in the trading card community.
Never buy sealed products ever. Never buy resealed product. Just
there's one going around now that I saw. Not to spoil it, but I follow this guy who talks about a lot of them for the Magic community, and there's a collector's foil box with like 18 cards in it that's worth like $40, but people on eBay are buying them and then reselling other packs inside of it, but like the packaging is kind of similar, but it's not. Or it says like a certain amount of cards on it. This is the scam. It says 25 cards on the fake one, but it's gray text on like a foil gray background, so you can barely see it. And then the original has like 40 cards in it, I want to say. So it's like they're just taking 15 of the cards, like the good cards, and then just selling you the other ones. And repackaged, and you can't tell on eBay.
And, that's why you never buy from eBay.
Yeah.
Except for singles. If it sounds like a good deal, it's probably not. Or at least that's what I've learned.
So, that's where we come to an end on this saga.
Not a good deal. Great deal. Do it. Do it now. Take your mother's credit card. Do it.
Go to patreon.com/backdashpod and take your mother's credit card. Disclaimer, for legal reasons, this is a joke. Please do not do this.
For real reasons.
Do Wink.
It. Actually do it.
That's all I got. You'll never know what that $5 recurring charge on your credit card is. You're fine. That's all I got for this topic, unless we have other things to talk about with it. That's it. It's a little bit of a short one, but
yeah,
my voice is going, and that's all the research I did, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a nice little quickie, little drive to work real quick, drive home. Listen to it. Boom, done. Move on.
So you can find me on Letterboxd at Timmy C, Twitter and Instagram Hot Pink Waffles, Twitch Uncle Fungleshroom. You can find the podcast everywhere at RR Podcasts with an S. The email is rrpodcasts with an S at gmail.com.
Find me at Not John, pretty much anywhere. Yeah. That.
I am box wine, but the O is a 0 on pretty much everything that matters.
Change your Twitch? Oh, we talked about that. Or not Twitch.
That's
Twitter.
always been Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Change my
talked
Twitter.
about that. Sorry. All right. Well.
Alrighty.
Love y'all. Have a good time.
Bye.